Be grateful for anything that you have. A nice pair of kicks, awesome. You have a bed to sleep in at night. You slept the entire night. Whatever, right? Somebody gave you an apple. I don't know. And then the last thing is to be grateful for. So now is to think about the future. How do you see yourself in the future? What do you really want for yourself? What do you desire in your heart for yourself? Which is going back to how you already saw your life before it actually happened. And you knew you were going to be a producer and this and that. And you were going to be traveling and doing all these wonderful, amazing things, bringing people together.
I didn't know that was going to happen, but I did know how I wanted things to unfold. At least I did know some of the great lines. And then everything else kind of like aligned itself. But yeah, I mean, sorry, not to, you're right. But then I would have to say, because that's exactly what a lot of people think. They're like, hey, but you already had it all figured out. No. But I knew what I wanted to achieve. And I knew that I was going to get there. Now, how things were going to line up or not or whatever, I had no control on that. I just had control on what I wanted to achieve. And the journey, then that's what it's going to be. But yeah, sorry.
So anyways, what I'm trying to explain is that whatever you feel deep inside of you that you want to achieve, and this is really my calling. This is what I really, really want. I want to, whatever, it could be anything, right? A writer, a producer of music, whatever. You see yourself in the future, what you're wearing, what you feel like, what you talk, how you're speaking.
You have to sense it.
Really see the visual mental picture and then bring it back to your future and be like, this is how I feel. Really embody it. And then
so you're sharpening the instincts. You're sharpening them like a knife.
So this is manifesting, right? You're manifesting. People don't realize, okay, you've heard the term karma from the past, right?
Yes.
People don't hear about creating your karma today for tomorrow.
100%.
You can still create your karma. Your karma is, it's a deeper level, but the main one that everyone knows is that your good deeds or the deeds that you do are going to create the karma that's for the future. Most people think about it in the past, but you can push that into the future. So so those are the three main things that I say, right? You be grateful for yourself, something about yourself. Be grateful for anything, a cup of coffee, that you're happy you slept through the night, that you're breathing today.
Take notes, family, take notes. Three things. Be grateful for yourself.
And the third one is, what is your future you? Where are you in the future? What do you really dream about? And embody it so that you can feel it inside of your heart. See every detail that you can, right? And don't ask yourself, like Boddhi's saying, don't ask yourself, how do I get there? Just know that is you and it's going to happen. Keep doing that every morning, every night before you go to bed, because you're still in that theta brain state. So when you wake up,
this is what it is.
Yeah, as you're getting out of sleep, you have that little window, 5-10 minutes, where you're still in the theta brain state, which is the state that we are when we're little kids, which is why from 0 to 7.
Yes, that's the divine state, right?
Well, it's the state that you're really like a sponge and you're impressionable, let's say, right? And then that's the state that you're falling into. When you go to sleep, you get into theta state. So you can actually reprogram your mind just by saying your gratitudes. What happened to me today? What am I grateful for?
Did you know that Ken Wilber? I don't know if you know about Ken.
Absolutely. I love that guy.
Yeah, this guy was able to actually put his system in a theta state. He would actually put his heart at such a level. I mean, it was this guy could control his heart rate and and set himself up in a theta state like this.
So I will say that people who meditate for many years can do that. I will say you can put yourself in that theta state. Definitely. He's a brilliant person. I love, he's written a gajillion books. He's amazing. So he can, for sure. I mean, if he's been doing stuff since he was in his early 20s. He was already writing his first book when he was really young. So he's got some amazing insights. But you can definitely put yourself in the theta state. It's just practice, just like everything else. You got to get there so you can be there, right? It's the same
100%.
thing.
100%.
Seeing yourself in the future, like I'll say to you, my daughter will always say to me, since she could speak, Boddhi, since Lola could speak, okay? She's like, I'm going to be rich, mommy. And I'm like, do you even know what that means? Do you even know what that means? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to be rich, mommy. I'm going to be rich, mommy. I'm like, okay, well now put the pedal to the metal, babe. What are you doing?
Let's go. Can you please, for the sake of people really taking notes, and I hope that those watching have a pad and a pen or their phone, and repeat, please, for us the three important things that people need to put into motion for them to,
Okay, you know what? I'll even tell you 5 things to do. Okay.
Fantastic.
Yes, 5. Okay. First things first. You wake up. You open your eyes, or you feel you're waking up. Right. Your eyes are still closed. You feel you're waking up. At that moment, number 1, be grateful for something for yourself. Something about you.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, so that could even be a trigger from the day before, right? Trigger something, whatever. Number 2, you think about gratitude for, it could be anything. The sun is shining, the clouds, the flowers, whatever you want. Grateful that you're alive another day. And the third one is about, it's future present thinking. Who are you? Like, who are you? What do you really want from your life? What is your greatest purpose? Like, how do you see yourself in the future? And bring it back to the present in terms of emotion. Feel it, think it. How do you walk? How do you talk? What do you look like? What are you wearing? Who are you with? What's your environment like? Like, really, like, imagine yourself there 100%. Okay? Then I would do something that's called the wave breath that I will explain on another occasion. But basically, it's just deep belly breathing. While you're still in bed, just breathe deeply from your belly all the way up to your crown and just relax. Like let it out with a sigh. So it sounds like this, right? Big belly breath in. Let's do it again, Boddhi. One more time.
Of course.
So just to make sure you do it right, you will put one hand on your belly. And when that belly has to rise when you take a deep breath in. Yeah. And then you bring it all the way up to here. And then you just release it.
Yeah.
You release it through the mouth. You're just like, So it's almost like, I like to call it a wave breath. You inhale from your root, from your tailbone, bring it all the way up to the belly like a big swell. Then it comes up through the chest, all the way up to the crown. And you just exhale and you let it crash on the beach. Right?
Powerful.
So that's your 4th step. And then the 5th one is have like half a liter of water next to your bed, ready to go in the morning. And you down that whole thing, down it completely. And then you start your day, right?
Thank you.
No phones, no computers, no nothing, right? And I would even say, go to the washroom, tell yourself, this is your 6th one, tell yourself your name, state your name, look at yourself straight in the mirror. I, Karla Gomez de la Peña, I, Boddhi Satva, love and accept, I appreciate myself as I am, and I trust myself.
Very important.
Completely, right?
100%. Yeah. I'm with you on that every day.
And then jump in the shower and then start your day. Okay? Because saying to yourself that you love, appreciate, and trust yourself while you're looking at yourself straight in the eyeballs, right? You're looking at your soul. You cannot escape. You can't escape, Boddhi. Oh my gosh. When I did that practice, I tell you, I cried 14 days in a row or 10 days in a row. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't tell myself I love myself. I can't do it. Oh my God. And then comes, oh my God, I have to forgive myself.
Yeah.
I had to forgive myself for not being fully in my presence, for not honoring myself as the powerful, strong mother, woman, partner that I really am, sister to myself.
Yeah.
Then you had to forgive yourself in that case. And that's a hard, bittersweet, bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah.
If you've gone,
It can be.
your whole life without acknowledging who you really are.
Powerful, man. I've got to say, people. I mean, you've gotten an opportunity to really. I'm excited. I'm really happy that we were able to have this conversation that we already have, privately. But I think it was important for, and that's always what I'm aiming to do: bringing forth friends and kindred spirits on my platform to really just share that good energy and just care and love, because I think that we're in terrible lack of it and we're in terrible need of it at the same time. So, thank you very much for sharing with us. And before we leave, I really want you to please elaborate a little bit on your practice, right? Because, as I introduced you earlier, we spoke, I said that, you're breathwork practitioner, you're a quantum flow practitioner, and an Ayurvedic practitioner. So what does it mean? What do those three mean individually? And then how do you combine these practices into one body of work? Or is it how it works? Or are they separated? Or, how do you go about it? And, just let us know about that, please.
Thank you, Boddhi. So before I say that, I just want to tell everybody, I was never told as a young girl or even as an adult that I have to be responsible. I am the only one responsible for my happiness. This is where a lot of people do the blame game. They blame other people, right? Because they haven't accepted responsibility for their own actions and their own mistakes and their own whatever, right? So whatever you do from today, because every day is a new opportunity, right? Every day. That I think about that and I'm like, oh my God, every day is the gift of a new opportunity to really start your life. If you're not on the path already, it's an opportunity for you to start your life like fully 100% invested and knowing what your power is, right? So Ayurveda is my first love. This is what I learned first and foremost. It's a old, thousands of years holistic system of healing that comes from India. And I learned this, I don't know, when I was 38. I learned it when I was 38. So I've been doing it for 12 years and I love it, right? It's a complete view of how you can, there's a reason behind every illness. There's a reason behind every thinking. There's a root cause for everything. There is an explanation why your body reacts a certain way and what is the root of it. And it's really about combining mental, emotional, and spiritual together. Okay. And so that's kind of like, we can't get away from ourselves. And everyone is completely an individual. Even if you have a twin born a minute after you, you are both individuals completely. So truly, truly amazing. Breath work is the second thing that I so love it, because I suffered from asthma as a young child.
Okay.
And I learned early on that I could really manipulate how I feel by the breath. So just a quick example, if you're in anxiety and stress, you'll be breathing more from your chest, which is fight or flight or hide, right? So a lot of people that are stressed out, they're like breathing like this, or they're on the phone stressed, like holding their breath. And so this leads to a whole series of like anxiety, and people have attacks and they can't sleep at night and they're poor digestion, foggy brain, all kinds of stuff, right? And so the solution to that is then deep breathing. And there's different ways to do that that is like so amazing for you. And it also leads to so much clarity. And it also, there's a breath for everything. There's a breath for if you're feeling sluggish or procrastinating, you need a little bit fire, right? There's also a breath for cooling. There's a breath for grounding. There's a breath. Listen, breath work is like pranayama. It's also an extension of Ayurveda. It's beautiful practice, right? And it's, when we're born, we're breathing the right way. It's only after when traumas start to happen or realizations, then we get scared and we start to breathe from here and we clench our body. We're living more in contraction than in expansion, right? So we get scared, we hold everything in, everything starts to shut down. And then my last one that I love, which is like mind-blowing, is quantum flow.
It's massive.
Oh my gosh. Listen, all the breathwork and the Ayurveda, they're traditional, they're amazing, they're the go-tos, they're like the foundation, it's the rock, right? Quantum flow is now combining all of that kind of like methodology. It lies on the backs of like these ancient traditional things that are so beautiful. But now you're talking the business. Now you're talking with like, we're messing with the quantum field, which is the field of infinite possibilities, which then takes us to a whole completely other realm of like, where do we actually come from? Well, multidisciplinary, multi-universal, right? We come from so many. Where do we come? Where was the last time you came from? Are you Arcturian? Are you Pleiadian? Are you Lyurian? Like, where do you come from?
Andromeda? Now you're tapping into some deep. You're tapping into some deep knowledge right there. Now you're going deep. You might have to elaborate though.
So there's a whole thing going. Anyway, it's like too much, Boddhi. We'll be on here for another hour.
That's fine. Okay. Just sum it up, maybe just in a couple of lines, or maybe guide people towards maybe videos they can watch on YouTube or books.
Sure. So basically, quantum flow is all about tapping into your spiritual power, right? Spiritual meaning like multiverse experiences, multiverse history, multiverse knowledge, telepathy, what do you call what's it called? Clairvoyance, clairsentience, visualization. Like, you can tap into these powers that belong to all of us. It's our birthright. We have this ability to do all these things. Like I have to say, I was meditating the other day and I got a very clear message to reach out to my baby brother here, Boddhi. And I did, and I reached out to him for specific reasons. And I was like, nobody picked up a phone and told me, call Boddhi. I was told, go call Boddhi for whatever reasons. And, this for you to do this for me, I think it's so lovely for you. I appreciate it so much.
Of course.
But this is our capacity. We have this birthright to be able to communicate like this. And just because certain things happen and we're born and we forget where we really are from, right? So quantum flow helps you to remember. It helps you to release the past, helps you to release traumas by creating then a new record. So you have your old record of all the stuff from 0 to 7, 0 to 9, 0 to 12. You replace that with all the stuff you know who you are. I am love. I am power. I am beauty. I am forgiveness. I am compassion. I am are the two most important words on the planet. They are the two most important words on the planet. And so this is where we really tap into our existence. Who am I? What is my purpose? What is my power? So quantum flow, forget about it. Oh my gosh. It just really helps you to like release the past, because let's be real. This existence on this planet is 3D.